Nervous. Hi, everybody. I think let's wait until maybe three more people join the chat. Oh my gosh, how's everybody? How was your week? Tell me all about it. Today, we're going to be doing something really exciting, and I think it's going to be I hope it's going to be a really helpful, like, live stream, and it's going to be all about things I wish or things you need to know before coming to Tokyo for the first time. I kind of wish I knew this for myself before I came to Tokyo, so yeah. Let's just give it a few more minutes. And yeah, please don't forget to like leave comments and stuff. I would love to interact with you guys. And yeah, so I'll just wait for a few more people to join and then we can start the live stream. So this week was a little bit hectic for me in terms of work. I had to write a lot of travel cards, and for my work, I do a lot of kind of like the attractions in Japan. Like I write a lot of them, and I also like edit and publish them on the website. So that's why I know so many places in Japan, if, in case you guys are wondering. So anyway, let's start. Again, thank you guys so much for joining the live stream. As you can tell, I'm very nervous. But yeah, let me know how your week is, and I would love to read it in the comments. I'm sorry if like I kind of reply late or something. I'm still trying to figure all of this out, but anyway, so let's get to the topic. Oh, hi Sana, how are you? I'm really gonna try to like interact with you guys because that's the purpose of the live stream. But anyway, so things you need to know before you come to Japan or just Tokyo in general. I found that all of the things I'm gonna say in this live, it's coming from my personal experience, and I hope that it could help you when you're planning your trip to Japan, and it could help you like avoid heart it could help you avoid like mistakes that I made when I first came to Japan. So in terms of transport, I think a lot of people don't really talk about how expensive taxis are. Like honestly, for me in Japan, taxis are such a luxury because the minute you get in, I think the first hi Miss Kate. Thank you guys so much for joining. I think when you first step into a taxi, hi Shogo, it takes like I think the first kilometer is like 500 yen or something. And the worst part about taxis in Japan is that after midnight, it becomes even more expensive. So you guys need to watch out if you guys are gonna go clubbing in Shibuya or Shinjuku and your hotel is like Shinagawa or Odaiba and you miss the last train, it just, it really like, you'll have to pay so much money just to get to the other side of town. So if you miss, yeah, it's really, really bad. And you need to be careful. I know he's so supportive. He's watching from the bedroom because I told him like, please support me. So yeah. Also, if you have a hotel, call a taxi for you. Sometimes they do add. Oh, hello, hi, how's Kyoto? And if you ask your hotel or hostel to call a taxi for you, sometimes they even add money or like a fee on top of that. So just be very careful. And Uber, I know some people use Uber in Japan, but honestly, I can count them with my fingers. Like it's not very popular. I remember taking taxi in Hiroshima, 1 kilometer, we paid 1,500 yen. Yeah. So imagine now, because it's worse, the yen, I mean, inflation is really bad in Japan right now. We have an egg crisis, if you can believe it or not. So eggs used to be like, I think at the supermarket, it used to be like maybe 158 yen, but now it's 238 or something. It's very, very expensive now. Maybe I got that wrong, but still, it's like pretty expensive now. Next, in my Guide to Tokyo or Guide to Japan video, that the one I just published last week, I talked about the all-encompassing JR Pass, which you can buy for, I think, 20,000 yen or something like that for 1 week. And the good thing about that JR Pass is you can use it to use all Shinkansens in Japan. But the bad thing is that if you don't use it to go to, for example, Tokyo to Osaka, then it's not worth it, honestly. So my hack for that is, for example, you're only staying in Tokyo or, for example, Osaka, they have regional passes that are so much cheaper. But the bad part is that it's much shorter. So for example, my favorite, because I live in Tokyo, I use the Tokyo Wide Pass. It's only 10,000 yen and it's only Shinkansen until a certain point in Nagano, which can bring you all the way to Karuizawa. So Yeah, exactly. The Kansai area pass. That's also really, really good. It can take you from Osaka all the way till the end to Hiroshima. And I think it's about 5 days validity. So it's really good value for money. But take note, not all JR passes are available to foreigners who live in Japan. Like, I think only the Tokyo wide pass is. And for a time, I think the Tokyo, like, northern Tohoku area was also available. Like, that pass is also available for foreigner residents. But for if you're just visiting Japan, all JR passes are available to you. Yeah, it's so fast. Yeah, yeah. So like sometimes they really limit because I guess lugi sila or like they don't get a bargain if all the foreigners in Japan use all JR passes, so they kind of have to limit it. Yeah. Next, so I know I talk about biking a lot because I love biking in Tokyo now that it's spring. It was really warm today, actually. I didn't even need a jacket or anything. I just wore a light cardigan. I know that I talk about like bike rental apps like the Docomo Share Bike, which apparently has been in Tokyo for a really long time. But the thing is, I found out recently that you need a Japanese telephone number to register for to use the service, and you also need a credit card. So there are some bike rental shops naman in tourist destinations or in areas like Kanda, where I think you just need to register on the website, then you can come and pick up your bike. So if you really want a bike, which I highly recommend that you do because the drivers here, they're way more respectful and they don't honk at you, and there's a designated bike lane that they really follow. So if you want to see like a more local side to Tokyo, definitely, yeah, honestly, like it was kind of a shock to me that they only like getting a Japanese cell phone number or using a Japanese cell phone number to register for these apps is like really important. I think in Kyoto they also have a bike share service. And then they threaten you pa. I think I was in Kyoto and then I used it and they were like, if you don't return the bike, you get fined. Yes, Tokyo is also really walkable. Like the other day, my friend and I walked from Daikanyama to Shibuya to Harajuku, and it only took like 30 minutes. And it was really cool. Like the weather was really good. And, unlike in Manila, the walking paths are actually places you can walk on. So it's really, really nice. You get to see a whole side of Tokyo that you can't using a train. So, yeah, just take note of that. Next, another thing that I should probably tell you guys is that when you ride buses in Tokyo or basically anywhere, you have to watch the people before you get on and off the bus because sometimes the payment scheme differs. Sometimes you tap as you enter and other times you tap after when you're getting off. So just remember that if you're riding a bus for the first time, watch the people in front of you. Oh, yeah, yeah. I think I've heard of Pipa. Yep. Although I'm not entirely sure if it's the most popular in Tokyo. But yeah, just make sure that when you're about to ride a bus, watch the people in front of you because other times you're gonna double pay and it's just gonna be awkward. Oh, is it easy to know? Yes, of course. Yeah, per region of Japan, I think the buses, they're not all uniform, so just be careful. And on the when you're biking in Tokyo, you will see a designated bike lane, like it's printed onto the road, and that way you'll never get lost. So, that's good. Also, another thing you guys should know is that buses aren't always on time. And sometimes they're gonna be like maybe 3 to 5 minutes late. But I remember this time I was in Kawaguchiko, which is where you can like see Mount Fuji and stuff. And the bus was 15 minutes late. And when I got on the bus, the driver drove so fast. Like it was so funny. I think he was like really, really late. So he had this like very upset expression on his face the whole time. But yeah, just be mindful of that. That, for example, the Google Maps tells you it's going to arrive at like 1:05 and then 1:10 it's still not there. It's probably late and it's okay. Just wait for it. It's gonna come. Next, also bikes are allowed to go on the sidewalks. So if you're walking, just be very mindful because also sometimes it's also not really safe, especially like if it's near highway for bikers to like cyclists to go on the main road. So sometimes it's okay for them to use the sidewalks. So just be careful and have like a really like just be aware of your surroundings all the time. You don't want to like hit or get hit. That's even worse. So yeah, just be mindful of that. Next, eating out. Okay, guys, this is really something that bothered me when I found out when my friend group got really, really big. Eating out in Tokyo, it's so difficult if you're a group of more than 5 people and you didn't reserve. There's a time that I think sometime last year actually, I was in a group of like maybe 5 or 6 people, and we went to this cafe and it looked pretty empty. So we asked them if we could sit inside, but they asked us how many we were, and then they were like, "Oh, I don't think you guys can fit." So first they asked us, "Do you think you guys can sit separately, like three or something like that?" So you're like, "Okay, we don't mind." And then in the end, I think the staff members got really stressed out. So they said, "It's okay, can you guys just not eat here? Because our cafe can't accommodate groups of 6 people." As in, I honestly don't know how that would be different from like two groups of 3 people coming in at one time. But, I guess that was also a really small cafe. Maybe they weren't, yeah, they just refused us. So honestly, if you were going to a local cafe, try to check like how big it is inside. If you can make a reservation and you're more than 5 people, try to do it. Like either ask your friend who can speak Japanese or check the website if they have a reservation form, because sometimes they really won't allow you to eat inside. Because the cafes that I like to go to, they're very local, they're very small. I remember I went to Kamakura for my birthday, and if we had arrived any later, they wouldn't have allowed us to sit inside the cafe because we were so many. So just be careful of that. I know like Filipinos love to travel in really, really big groups. Oh, okay. Yeah. So honestly, cafes, like that's another point I was gonna say. If you are planning to go to a very popular cafe or restaurant, be prepared to wait 30 minutes to 1 hour. But my trick is, it's not really a trick, but yes, for restaurants, like if it's really, really popular, like there's this very popular kaisendon or seafood bowl in near Tokyo Station, and I hear that the lines take up to 2 hours. So some people go 1 hour or 30 minutes in advance before it opens, and there's already a line. So you have to be careful about how competitive people are when they come to Tokyo and they go to, "Oh, hello, honey, thank you. It's my first live. I'm kind of nervous, but thank you." Yeah, it's really competitive. People love good food, and when in Tokyo, you want to eat the best of the best. So I can understand why they would wait in line. Personally, for me, I don't mind waiting at least like 30 minutes before the restaurant opens, because at least I'm the first one who gets in and I don't have to wait for groups and groups of people to leave and then I can go in. It's very, very stressful. Next, I think it would be best if you guys still brought cash, because especially for the very local small cafes, they don't have a sophisticated like payment system. Some do, but it's just better to have cash on you all the time. My rule of thumb is always have at least 3 to 5,000 yen in your wallet. That way, when you enter, suddenly they'll be like, "Oh, we don't accept cashless pay, we don't accept credit cards." That way, you still have something. Oh, thank you. I'm really trying. Hopefully, if this goes well, I can make more. But guys, if you have any questions, please don't please ask me because I really want to answer them too. This is like a two-way thing, and I just thought that if I made this and I sat down, it's like not as entertaining, I guess. So yeah. Oh, okay. Another thing is when you go to like a local izakaya or like Golden Guy, or you want to go to a Japanese pub basically. Hi, Kara, sashiburi. Is it better to withdraw money here in the Philippines and bring it there, or withdraw in Japan? Mm, I think for me, if you can find a 7-Eleven ATM, just use your card and withdraw money as is. That way it's like less hassle. But when I used to travel to Japan in like 2016 or 2015, I would convert it into dollars and then change it here. It's such a hassle. I mean, you can do it at the airport, but might as well just get it directly through the ATM, honestly. It's like fine. This is 7-Eleven anywhere anyway. Um, yeah, so back to what I was saying, izakayas or local ones, you'll see them normally under train stations or something. They will not have English translations, and the handwriting is a little bit hard to understand, even for me. Like how do you read that? Like there's so much kanji. So you're just gonna be Google translating the whole thing, and it's totally fine. What I like to order when I go to an izakaya or if I have to drink, it's called umeshu, which is like plum liquor, plum wine. And I like to have it with soda because it tastes really, really sweet. It doesn't feel like alcohol whatsoever, and it's not expensive. Although if you like beer, all you need to say is like namabiru, and then they'll totally understand. They'll probably get you like a kind of inexpensive version of just their regular beer on tap. Oh, next, I want to share this. I don't know if you guys have gone to an izakaya in Japan, but the izakaya chain that I like to go to, no fail, has English translations, has a reservation on their website. Like you can reserve and you can be a group of up to 8 people, is Torikizoku. And the drinks are like 350 yen each. It's really, really cheap. And you can even order like the mega size highball or lemon sour, and it's like this big. And it's pretty inexpensive. Like when my friends and I go, I don't drink a lot, but oh, yes, I've been to Tochigi. It's really nice. They have like onsens, and it's really beautiful in the winter too. It's really good place. Yeah, I would highly suggest Torikizoku if you guys want to get like, I don't know, if you guys want to drink or something like that. And next, if you guys are planning to go to Golden Gai in Shinjuku, I've never been, but I've heard stories that some people don't understand why they need to have a cover charge. It's just to maintain the bar, I think. Like a lot of these bars in Golden Gai, because they're very, very small and they have very limited seating, like maybe 5 to 8 or up to 10. They need to like somehow like make money, right? So they're gonna have a cover charge and then they'll charge you for the drink. And I think that's totally fine. I mean, if you're just gonna go there for the experience, it's nice to try once. Oh no, of course. I have so many. Oh my gosh, we're halfway through the live already. But yeah, I have so much. Okay, next, shopping, which is super important. Free size is so common in Japan, honestly. It's kind of sad if you have a larger frame like me. But if you go to like Shibuya 109 or La Forêt in Harajuku, the styles are like authentically Japanese. Like it's really nice and stylish, and it's really what the young people in Japan are wearing. But the sizing is not flexible at all. Like it's most likely free size, or even if they have small, medium, large, it's it's still like for a much smaller body frame. So don't feel bad. I think it's still nice to go and like just see what's trending in Japan. But in terms of shopping, don't be shocked or upset because the sizing here runs really, really small. Yeah, Shibuya is quite expensive. Honestly, most of my shopping is done online on Zozotown. It's kind of like there's a Laura. I think that's the best comparison. Zozotown. They have shoes, they have makeup. I'm guessing, yeah. If you're from the Philippines or Southeast Asia, it's basically like there's a Laura. Next, shoe sizing is also limited. My foot size is size 10. So yeah, I can't find any shoes here, guys. Like flats or sandals. I have to shop in the men's section. Like for example, for sandals for the summer, I had to get like Birkenstocks, but men's size because they don't sell that here, in Japan. I know. So if I were you, I would bring shoes from your home country or wherever. Have I ever tried thrifting for luxury items? No, but I do have friends who have, and I can probably list some in maybe the description box after to help you guys because I don't really thrift shop for secondhand like designer stuff, but of course I have friends who do, so I will help you guys. Next, brands that I recommend from Japan. Lori's Farm. I don't know if I said that right. Lori's Farm. Nico Ando. It's literally like Nico, the name, and then dot dot dot. But those are brands that I really like. If I can fit into some of their stuff, I would buy it. But just be prepared to shell out. For example, one top at one of those stores that I just mentioned, it's like 5,000, 6,000 yen. So it is really expensive. Oh, I'm going to Tokyo next week, but I didn't have. Yeah, no, I think you should still go if you can just wait in line earlier. If you can plan your itinerary around waiting in line earlier, then I think you have a fair shot. Also, try to check if the restaurants are big or small. Like just look on the Google Maps. Like I like to check the vibe part of the Google Maps when I'm looking at a restaurant or cafe. That way I know like how many people can fit or normally fit. Yeah, like today Shogun I wanted to go to a burger restaurant and the line was like down the street. We were like, okay, we came too late, clearly. Next, for makeup, if you're tan, oh, of course, no problem. If you're tan, do not expect to find your shade range here. It's like pale and then paler. So, if you can bring makeup from your home country, if you're gonna come to live in Japan, then I think that would be better. But other than like base makeup, I would highly suggest checking out the blushes, the lip tints, and the eyeshadows. They're really nice. My favorite brand is Cezanne, which is kind of like Can Make. I think there's even a Dior blush dupe that Cezanne has, and it's obviously like a fraction of the price. So I haven't tried it yet, but I might when I run out of my blush because I really just want to use up all my makeup before it's done. Next, do not sleep on Japanese skincare. I know that everyone loves Korean skincare, but Japanese skincare is also really, really good. Believe it or not, I only use two skincare products. Three skincare products for my face right now. I use this Japanese oil cleanser, this Korean toner, and this Japanese cream. And all of that together is less than 3,000 yen, I think. It's quite inexpensive. So if you just go to the drugstore and check it out, like, oh, I'll leave some recommendations that I have. Just check it out. Like, it's really inexpensive. Oh, thank you. Actually, it's kind of dry right now. But yeah, I will share my skincare routine if you guys are interested. It's literally like three products though, but I hope you guys will still be entertained. Um, and I mean, unless it's SK2, then yeah, you're gonna splurge a lot on makeup. Okay, now, oh my gosh, we're down to the last 10 minutes. Guys, ask me questions. Feel free. My skin type is a combination dry, although it does get really red easily. But yeah, it's quite dry, honestly. It's oily in the T-zone, but dry here. The weather here, oh my gosh, it's really nice, but kind of scary because it shouldn't have been this cold. I mean, this warm. Have you ever tried the brand Coffret Door? I love the glitter eyeshadow. Girl, no, but now that you mentioned that, I will try it. Next, I'm so interested. Oh, thank you. Have I ever struggled with acne? Instead of acne, it was kind of like those little bumps on your head. It doesn't have like the white part on it, but yeah, I did struggle with a little bit of texture when I was a teenager. But then again, I didn't really do much. Best ramen for me? Okay, guys, best ramen for me. I don't really like ramen, but I would say Fukuoka's Shin Shin ramen. That was the best, honestly. I was like, not too heavy, kind of like Ichiran, but they're more generous with the servings. And you can eat gyoza and fried rice. So it's really a carb overload. I would suggest that. Okay, next, let's talk about general manners. So please from Shin Shin, as in, as, yes, oh my gosh, Ashley, my sisters, they just got their visa approved, guys. Expect chaotic sister vlogs. We're gonna go everywhere. We're gonna go to like Osaka, Kyoto, Nagoya, Kanazawa. Yeah, they're gonna come and I'm so excited. Like they haven't been to Japan in so long. Yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy the vlogs. Okay. Yeah, thank you guys. Next, just general manners stuff. Oh, what's a must visit? Oh, thanks, Ashley. For Christelle, what's a must-visit restaurant for me in Tokyo? Ishin, the Teishoku place I talked about in my Tokyo guide. That's like the best. Great. Oh, thank you. I haven't really thought. Oh, thank you. I haven't thought about collaborating with other Japanese YouTubers because I feel like my content is like kind of niche. It's like just me documenting my life, and I'm like, how do I collab with someone if I do that? Yes. Oh my gosh. I think I'll be. Oh, of course. Of course, Sana. Um, yeah, like I'll be in Kyoto for like a day. We're just gonna go to like Arashiyama or something. I just want to show my sisters because my youngest sister, this is only gonna be her second time in Japan, but my other sister has had a homestay experience in Osaka before, so she kind of knows the area. Next, the most surefire way to know that you're a tourist in Japan is if you do not use your inside voice in the train. Like before I didn't notice it because I was also a tourist, but now that I've been living in Japan for a long time, you can really tell who the tourists are or the people who are just visiting with the volume of their voice. Um, yeah. Oh, yes, also eat. Oh, I haven't been to Gifu. I kind of want to go though. I heard that there's like this cool art park. Yeah, it's also bad to eat while walking. Don't do that. Like I don't really see too many people do that. I think in Tsukiji Market, yeah, they don't they say like please do not eat while walking. Also be mindful of where you're gonna throw your trash when you're walking around Tsukiji Market. Next, if you guys hello, do you know any nice parks in Tokyo for Hanami? Yes. Oh, okay. Somewhere that will not be super crowded. Okay, okay, I'm gonna not gatekeep. For me, if you go to Tokyo, take the Chuo line, which is the no, the yellow line from Shinjuku to Ichigaya. And it's this super beautiful area that a lot of like locals like to go to because it's lined with cherry blossom trees, and it's so beautiful. How much do you need if you plan to visit Tokyo for a week? For me, Sana, it really depends on what you like to do. For me, when I was first coming to visit, I just really wanted to see everything. I didn't care about the food that I ate. If I had to eat kombini food, I was totally fine with that. So for me, I would plan a budget of 3,000 yen per day. I know I can't imagine doing that now, but that's what I did. And I would only give myself 10,000 yen transpo money. So I would just load 10,000 yen in my Suica and then I just go everywhere. But that was before I knew about the JR passes. So guys, please look into that. Next, also, if you guys are smokers or if you plan to smoke or know anyone who smokes, there are designated smoking areas in places like Shibuya, Shinjuku, Ikebukuro. Just look for it, but it's going to be there. Some cafes, some convenience stores, and some restaurants also have smoking areas. It's not so common, but if you know someone who really needs to smoke, then yeah, just tell them to look for the designated smoking areas. Um, and next, if you're staying overnight at a manga cafe, don't be surprised if they ask you to sign up for a membership. But that's just a one-time fee, like don't mind it. Yes, please come, Sana. It's going to be like life-changing, honestly. Like the efficiency, the cleanliness, the safety. I don't know. I don't know if I could ever leave, honestly. Next, okay, so if you're staying at an Airbnb or yeah, if you're staying at an Airbnb, please follow how they segregate their trash or like divide their trash, dispose of it, because the rules in Japan are quite strict. Like you need to remove the label, you need to wash the inside of the bottle sometimes. So just so you don't get in trouble with your Airbnb like landlord or host, just be mindful of I think each city ward has their own rules and their own collection days. So depending on where you're staying in Tokyo, how they dispose of trash and which day could vary. But if you're not staying that long, then don't mind it too much. Although if you are staying at a hostel, they will have like separated garbage cans, so just be mindful of that. Okay, last tip, I guess, or general manners. I know that it's on like most tourist guidebooks, but if you're planning to go to Kabukicho, just know that it's not really a super safe part of Tokyo. It has a lot of host clubs. Oh, is it possible? Yeah. Yup. Like convenience stores are open like all the freaking time. Yeah. Um, so back to what I was saying, like Kabukicho is really sketchy. I mean, I would not bring my sisters there at night. Yeah, 24/7. Um, the reason being is because yeah, there's just a lot of host clubs. It's a lot of like shady clubs there. So it's just sad because that's also where the Godzilla statue is. Yeah, and there's also healthy food options. Oh, if you guys are looking for like healthier alternatives, so there's Lawson Family Mart, 7-Eleven, Mini Stop. Yeah, it's like the red light district. So I don't know. I mean, if you guys want to experience that, then you can go. But for me, I would really just avoid it. The weird thing is that this is Shinjuku, this is Kabukicho, and then this is Koreatown, Shin Okubo. So sometimes you have to pass through it to get to Koreatown. Is it true that when you have tattoos, you're not allowed in an onsen? Yeah, for the most part, yeah. But there are tattoo-friendly onsen, so just look it up. I think there's a website. I'm gonna look for that website. My coworkers told me about it, so I will link everything. Oh my gosh, guys, that was so quick. Almost 30 minutes. Please keep asking me all the questions because I'm so sorry, I kept rambling. But yeah, please keep asking me questions and I'll try my best to answer them. So yeah, also, I'm really sorry I didn't post a video this week. I just felt like I wasn't so happy with the footage. Have I experienced ghosts? Girl, please. I'm so scared. Like, I'm actually very scared as a person. Like, I don't even watch horror movies, but I'm just scared. No, the answer is no, because it's probably just me being paranoid. So, no. Although I did live in kind of a scary. Oh, no, it's okay. I did live in kind of a scary, like, old apartment building. How was it when I lived alone? Honestly, there were times where it was kind of lonely. I lived in a share house and like I never saw my share housemates. They all had their own lives. And I remember there was like an issue with the kitchen sink. Somebody kept leaving their dishes unwashed. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, like if you guys have any requests, please let me know. I'm also planning to have a giveaway soon because we finally reached 15,000. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm so happy about that. It's just like growing the community. Thank you guys so much for always joining. Like it really means a lot. Did I experience homesickness and how did I overcome it? I did experience homesickness because is Japan like strict about tattoos? Oh, thank you. So first, I'll just answer the first question, like if I experienced homesickness. And yes, I did. Um, because like Japan is just so different from the Philippines, but how I overcame it was like hanging out with my friends who were half Filipino, believe it or not. So that definitely helped with the homesickness. Honestly, Filipino food in Japan is like really expensive, and I would rather just save up money to go home and eat real Filipino food because the ingredients aren't like necessarily the same. Guys, I haven't eaten saba in so long. Like, what the heck? I haven't eaten saba. Like the sweet banana. They don't have that here, and it's super expensive. Um, but yeah. How did I find my current job? Okay, so if yeah, there are Filipino restaurants. But how I found my current job, I used Gaijin Pot jobs. I'm not even kidding. I used Gaijin Pot jobs and I saw an opening at the company. I just applied for it, then I got it. It took a really long time though, and honestly, if I were to do it all over again, maybe I would have gone through the route of looking for an agency just because it's really hard to switch your visa to a work visa here and then being able to go back to the Philippines. It's a lot of like paperwork, and you guys should like really look into the POEA stuff. But yeah, oh my gosh, guys, that was the fastest 30 minutes of my life. Thank you for making this so easy. And I hope you guys learned a lot of stuff about things to know before coming to Japan. If you guys have any future themes that you want me to talk about, please let me know. And if you guys haven't followed me on Instagram, please feel free to follow me. It's literally just my name. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Oh my gosh. Now, this is the funny part because I literally don't know how to save this. Yes, I will try to do more. Maybe like once every 2 weeks. What do you guys think? Like, I'm not sure. But if, like, once every 2 weeks, same time. But like, maybe we can talk about different topics. Yeah, okay. I'll think of stuff. Yay! Of course, guys. Like, you guys are the best. I will try, like, maybe next time it'll be like studying Japanese. I haven't made a video about that because, yeah. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna end it here. Have a wonderful rest of your week. And I promise there will be a vlog on Friday. Promise. Like, I'm gonna post it. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye.